Coming up on Mountain News this morning, today we celebrate National Voter Registration Day as the November election quickly approaches. And 2 art centers are joining forces to put together a performance for the ages and show off local talent.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 o'clock on September 19th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, it's a chilly start to the morning, so a jacket's not a bad idea. That's for sure. And
take your time. Give yourself plenty of time to get around this morning because it is definitely dense fog out there as you start your day. Let's take a look at the London Corporate Airport, and you see it's a little bit foggy down there, even though they managed to get a plane in there this morning. We're looking at, again, some really dense fog down that way and some cool temperatures back to 50 in Williamsburg, 50 in Wise, 50 in Ashland, 48 in Jonesville and Clintwood. We're watching to see who's going to follow next. A lot of low to mid 50s out there. Couple of exceptions. Harlan's at 57, Monticello's at 58 on this sensor, and it's 56 in Jackson at the Weather Service office. Today's breakdown heading for 77, so it's going to be a nice day. Lots of sunshine after the fog lifts, and we should be in pretty good shape. Some warmer air is coming, though. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Brandon, thank you. A Southeast Kentucky man was killed after he was stung by a swarm of bees. The man's name was not released, but the Harlan County Coroner's Office confirmed he was pronounced dead today at Harlan ARH. The bee attack happened while the man was trying to move an old bag of potting soil from his porch. CPR was given, but officials say those attempts failed. Today is National Voter Registration Day, and Election Day is under 2 months away. Kentucky is just one of 3 states in the country where the governor's role is up for grabs. Experts say the competitive nature of the governor's race may help draw voters to the polls.
I do think that that may be helping to bolster turnout with voters on both sides, expecting that this could be a competitive election. And as a result of that, that could increase voter turnout.
You can register to vote today by visiting the State Board of Elections websites and clicking the Voter tab. The state Supreme Court will soon hear a case on controversial redistricting maps. Advocates believe 2 maps approved by state Republicans last year violate the state constitution. The congressional map puts Frankfort in the same district as far western Fulton County. Democrats accuse the GOP of gerrymandering. Republicans maintain they followed the law. Oral arguments in the case are set for 1 p.m. this afternoon. At many festivals across eastern Kentucky, you may see a food truck with the name Got Donuts. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us how the food truck has become a staple during festival season and the sentimental reason the owners started their business.
It is a family-owned and operated food truck.
Our son, you know, he works with us, and then of course Peggy, she's the ringleader here. And she can tell you all about it now.
You mean the boss?
Yeah, the boss.
Okay.
Got Donuts has just about every mini donut and dessert combination you can think of.
Every now and then I have these little thoughts in my mind. What can I do? What can I do different? And I would just think the things I make myself and the things that we eat.
The creativity has paid off too. The Andersons say people sometimes wait 2 hours in line for their donuts.
We sell also fresh squeezed lemonade, which everybody's beginning to love that too.
What is the money going to? Their son, also named Darius Anderson, has a kidney disease. Once the diagnosis came, they knew a steady job would be hard to keep.
Weeks later, he said, "I've seen this little donut machine," and he said, "I think we can do okay with that."
In the following decade, each one has gone through long days of work.
If he was able, he would be there every time that we are, and we know that. And he's always with us because we feel like he's always with us.
Their son goes through dialysis treatment 3 times a week. Meanwhile, the food truck is providing financially, and customers are providing prayers.
Our customers always asked about him, and we always tell Darius Allen, you know, so-and-so, or these people come to. And actually, we've had people to come just recently to come and bring a prayer cloth.
The Andersons plan to keep running the food truck as long as it can, while praying their son will soon receive a kidney transplant. In Clintwood, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Darris Allen Anderson was not able to be a part of the interview because of his dialysis treatment, but his parents say he is toughing it out each day. Family and friends of a beloved youth football coach said their goodbyes last night. The Eubank Elementary School gymnasium was filled with people remembering Coach Michael Keene after his sudden passing. Grayson Passamore spoke to those who knew him over the years and say that this is a void the community will never be able to fill.
My husband started coaching with Michael 3 seasons ago. They coached a winning Super Bowl Pee Wee team together.
The football field was where you could almost always find Michael Keene. His love for coaching falls just behind his love for his wife, Leah, their 4 kids, and his faith.
My husband said that there was not another coach that could motivate and encourage and inspire kids like Coach Michael could.
Kara Spears and Laura Wesley's husbands coached with Keene for years. They joined the dozens grieving the loss of Coach Michael Monday night. At 34 years old, Keene suffered a medical emergency during a round of youth football games at Pulaski County High School over the weekend. Keene died after being taken to the hospital.
We have to teach our boys how to go on and strive to do what Coach Michael would want.
Those who knew him say that Coach Michael had a unique ability to bring out the best in every kid he worked with. They say he had that same gift when it came to every neighbor, friend, and loved one as well.
Throughout the past 2 years, Josh has said the one thing that Michael has really taught him is how to be empathetic in a game that's nothing but wrestling, basically.
To meet Coach Michael was to love him, and there are certainly a lot of people he leaves behind doing just that.
Anytime our boys ran through their banners, Michael came out last, and they always shared a fist bump. And so he said today that he felt like that last fist bump that they got was sitting on the other side, man.
In Eubank, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
The family has set up a GoFundMe to help with funeral costs. We have more information on how to donate on WYMT.com and on our news app. The Mountain Arts Center and the Appalachian Center for the Arts is working together to put area talent in the spotlight. These centers are putting on a performance of Rock of Ages High School Edition using both venues to present the musical. Those involved say it is a partnership all about providing more access and education to students.
It's a really cool partnership, our second co-production with the Appalachian Center for the Arts. And we just had such a good time last time, we wanted to do it again.
To find show tickets or see more about the musical, check out our website.
6:08 here on this Tuesday morning. We continue to track some patchy, dense fog. You can't really see it up on the Pine Mountain, Whitesburg Mountain camera this morning, but you can kind of tell off in the distance. It's not as clear. It's about down in those valleys, pretty thick there this morning. 53 up on the mountain, 48 Clintwood, 48 Jonesville this morning, 56 Jackson, but a lot of low to mid 50s out there this morning. And we see 55 now in Harlan, 58 Monticello, the warmest spot, at least on this sensor network. Day planner, sunshine, beautiful conditions. It's going to be nice out there as we head deeper in the day. Temperatures top out in the upper 70s. Olivia?
Thank you, Brandon, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, after being held as prisoners for years in Iran, the Biden administration struck a deal to send 5 Americans home.